Hey there. Okay, so you guys, by the time this thing is over, weeks or months from now, whenever it is, I am going to have to A, get a haircut, and B, remember how to dry my hair and iron it and curl it and put on makeup and, I don't know, figure out how to wear a bra again. I don't know. This is really going to be a whole new learning curve in the future. But I wanted to hop on here and talk about allergies because at least where I'm living in Arkansas, everything is in bloom. It's getting warm, and allergy season here, because it is like subtropical. It is like gets over 100 degrees in the summer with 100% humidity. In fact, it rained a lot today. And it stirs all that pollen up, and it sometimes can be hard to breathe if you've got allergies. So, and of course, I have allergies. So I didn't know. I know a lot of people have during this time when things are so hairy-carry, and certain, it can be really scary, that a lot of people are going to have allergies because it's this time of year. Even in Washington, the dogwoods are blooming, or dogwoods? No, cherry blossoms are blooming. And so anyway, everything's blooming and a lot of people are getting allergies, and it's like some people don't panic, some people completely panic. I'm choosing not to panic because it doesn't do anybody any good. However, I know a lot of people are trying to figure out, oh gosh, have I been exposed? Did I touch that grocery cart at Target? Did I, touch the conveyor belt at Kroger? Whatever. They're wondering, did I catch this somewhere? Because it's pretty much everywhere right now. And if it's not, it's coming. So you're just trying to figure out, was I exposed somehow? Especially me, I'm in healthcare. I know I'm probably exposed, but so you start worrying. So let me just give you some signs and symptoms to look for, okay? So that you're not as concerned. So allergies. Usually with allergies, you're going to see itchy eyes, a scratchy throat, a runny nose, sneezing. I mean, that's your typical allergies. Especially my eyes start itching like crazy and I sneeze and it's just irritating. My nose gets a little bit runny. It's clear, no big deal. It's just allergies. With COVID-19 or the coronavirus, you're going to see, well, first of all, let me just say that in the incubation period for this virus is between 1 or 2 and 14 days. So from the time you're exposed to your very first symptom can be anywhere from 1 to 14 days. However, you are contagious that entire time. That's the scary part of this virus, is because people can walk around with it for 2 weeks not knowing they have it and exposing, everybody. So that's why they're asking people to stay home, which is frustrating and irritating, but understandable. And you can get outside to stay away from people. In your yard, or go for a walk or go for a bike ride or whatever. Just stay away from people. Stay 6 feet away from people. So anyway, with COVID-19, what you're going to see is more fever, first of all. So fever, shortness of breath. Shortness of breath is concerning. I'm going to tell you something here in just a second to keep checking for. And those are the two main things, shortness of breath and fever. Sorry, let me write that down. Anyway, so one of the things you can do if you're concerned is you can check your temperature. Check your temperature. Make sure that you're not climbing. Second, if you can take and I think I told you this one other night, if you can take a big deep breath and hold it to count of 10, just as big as you can. I know you're doing it right now. It's okay. I'm doing it with you. Hold it. And then let it go after 10. I didn't hold it 10 seconds, but 10 seconds without coughing or without pain in your chest. That's a good sign. Now, if you're febrile, keep trying. Keep checking those two things. Just keep checking, making sure you're not climbing, making sure you're not getting body aches all over, making sure you're not having shortness of breath or pain in your chest. If you do start having those kind of symptoms, obviously the first thing you want to do is self-isolate. Like, don't get around other people. If you're really concerned, call your physician. Do not go to a doctor's office. Do not go to a hospital or an emergency room, because you are exposing other people potentially, especially if you really think you have it. So make sure that you're calling. You can call your local hospital. they're so crazy, y'all. They're so busy. Call your primary physician's office first, or a doc in the box, like in a little walk-in clinic. Don't go. Call them first, and let them know, and they will screen you over the phone and let you know what their level of concern is and what you need to monitor for, so that you don't just take my word for it, because I'm not your practitioner. So anyway, so those are the things that you should do. Obviously, when should you call an ER, or call 911, or get yourself to an emergency room quickly? If you are severely short of breath, if your chest feels like you have a belt around it, like someone's got you wrapped around your rib cage, that you can't, get your rib cage open, that is a bad sign. You need to get to an ER. If you've got really high fevers that don't resolve, they're keep climbing, or they're persisting for more than a couple days, 2 or 3, 4 days, and you're starting to get some shortness of breath. If you're getting cyanotic, like your lips are kind of getting pale or blue, or your nail beds are pale or blue, it means you're not getting enough oxygen. You're not exchanging enough oxygen in your lungs. So your levels are a little low. That would be a sign for you to get to an ER, or call an ER and let them know you're coming. Or call an ambulance, however severe it is. Now, when I say hold your breath and count to 10, and if you don't cough, that's a good sign. If you're somebody who can't do that when you're totally healthy, if you've got COPD or asthma or something else that you can't do that on a normal day, then don't do that. Use that if you can do that today and you're fine, and then if you get symptomatic and you can't do that, then that's a change, okay? Things that you can be doing regardless of whether you've been exposed or not, that we should all be doing very diligently, are staying away from other people right now. Ideally, if this whole country could stay away from each other for 21 days, we could nip this thing, I think, personally. But stay away from each other. Wipe down high-touch surfaces, things like doorknobs, pantry doors, refrigerator doors. That's all everybody's touching right now, right? Your phone, keep wiping that thing down. Keyboards are nasty. The flusher thing on your toilet, y'all, people go to the bathroom and you say, wash your hands. Yeah, but before you wash your hands, what do you touch? You touch that little knob. Y'all clean that thing. The knobs in your bathrooms, clean those. Those are high touch areas. The knobs in your kitchen faucet, all those kind of high touch surfaces. Remote controls. Right now, people are using a lot of remote controls. Those are dirty. Clean those off. The other things you can be doing soap and water. I know alcohol, hand sanitizers are great if you don't have soap. Those are for if you don't have soap and water. Those are in a pinch. If you have antibacterial soap, like a dial soap or whatever kind of soap you have, soap and water is always best. I forget, I had the rationale for it, but I don't have it right now. But there's a reason for that. And actually, you can look online at studies with like a slice of bread. People doing, just even kids doing science fair projects with a loaf of bread, touching it after using alcohol, hand sanitizers, and then touching it after using soap and water. Hands down, soap and water. So if you have that, use that. If you think you are exposed and you are living in a home with someone who is at risk, either you or they, if they're able to wear a mask, if they're not, then you need to be wearing a mask and not getting near them. Stay 6 feet away from in the other room if you can. And if you think you've been exposed, do not be around high-risk individuals. What else? Cover, obviously, kindergarten rules, y'all. Cover your arm, sneeze into your arm, not your hands, because you touch everything with your hands. Y'all, you've never needed to scratch your nose so badly as when you got your cap on, your mask on, everything all the way down, gloves on, down to your shoe covers, and your goddamn nose itches. I mean, that is so miserable. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. What else? Don't share. I don't know why I wrote this down. This is so obvious, but don't share personal items. Don't share your, if you think you've been exposed or you think you're showing symptoms, don't share your drink with somebody in your family. Obviously, you'd never share a toothbrush. I shouldn't have to say that. But don't share things like, don't eat off the same fork right now. I know you love each other and it's cute, but don't feed each other right now. So just the basic smart stuff. But I just wanted to do this because I know a lot of people are getting seasonal allergies right now, and some people, obviously, it's on 24/7 right now. You're stuck at home, so you see it, and I don't want people freaking out. I've also heard, and I don't know how true this is, so you can Google it, but I wanted to throw it out there just to be safe. Oh, before I forget that, gas pumps. Guys, keep some gloves in your car or wash it down before and after you use it or something. Gas pumps are dirty. But I had someone tell me not to, and I've read this somewhere else too, and I can't remember why. But if you think you do have, if you do have fever, and you suspect that you've been exposed, not to take like aspirin and Motrin and Advil and that kind of stuff. I don't know how legit that is. They said to take Tylenol instead, and I'm not really sure what the rationale is. I know I read something about it at work the other day, but anyway, food for thought. You can Google that one. I'm not sure. Anyway, I just wanted to share what little I did know for those of you who are feeling concerned. So you guys, please stay safe. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.